Hold up, I gotta turn Wi-Fi off. We're going with straight cell data. It's good. Hi.
Hi.
Hopefully this is gonna work out. Let me do some adjusting here. We gotta drop our camera and then raise it higher. We're doing this from the auto, like legit auto. Hopefully we can keep us both in frame and this thing doesn't take a ride of its lifetime.
Right, and on the road.
Hopefully you can hear us. So this is what we had planned for episode 200.
Yeah, the other day.
Original. But it didn't come to pass. We had a bad microphone that needed soldered. Like the wire broke.
Yeah, didn't the internet go down that day too?
Huh?
Wasn't the internet down that day too?
Yeah, that was the day the internet was down, microphone was broke, and we were gonna do it all from a mobile device. Hopefully people can hear us. If anybody gets in here, we should just wait around for a few minutes. Trying. Let's roll around a little bit, make sure we're getting some video.
Awesome, it's the dumbest idea ever.
You think?
Yep.
I hope people can hear us.
As do I.
I mean, I'm gonna turn this up and check. It's probably buffering like hell. That's okay. I think it is.
What, buffering like a frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
If you spin her around, I mean...
What, the car?
Yeah, turn around somewhere. We'll see if we can do this. We don't have the best known audio or cellular reception in this town. It's smoothing up.
If we get out here closer, because like the highway's just out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and I don't know what I can change. I don't know if I can change the video settings. I doubt it.
This is our first podcast.
Our first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Local video. What is local video?
Maybe it's close.
Oh, no, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Take us back in there. Anyhow, this is probably broadcast to a world of one. Episode 200. We'll see how this turns out. It's probably going to be a glitchy bomb of, like I said, just cellular service in this area for me. Especially, I have AT&T. It's horrible. But we'll see how it ends up turning out. If this stream doesn't work, we can always pull it down and we'll put the audio episode up.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. Oh, our camera just, yeah. What's that thing? That beep?
It's neat till it's not.
Right. Well, that's just like everything.
And, what's it called? Yeah, I still got you. Good. Anyhow, no tricks, no green screens. I don't want to say unfiltered.
Yeah, no.
That could
potentially sink everything.
That'll sink the ship. That'll rip the sails permanently.
Yep, anchor it away.
Oh man, but yeah, what a good time. Anyhow, 200 episodes of talking exactly about nothing, which is a lie. We have a lot of fun doing this. However, we're trying to make a slight shift in the content. Anytime anybody creates content, I think it's good. Like if you always always ask your friends or your mom or your dad. I think that you're always going to get a good answer because it's just people that are naturally going to support you.
Oh yeah, for
or
sure.
people from your community. But if you want to get an honest answer, then I would think, why does it say that we have no audio? I gotta turn this up and see. Let me sound check this quick. We're gonna sound check to see what's happening here with my headphone. You don't have a headphone port, do you?
No, shit, no, I need one of them dongles.
No, it's coming through.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I can't believe it's working. Technology. Back to my point. Whenever you're trying to create content or do something different, do something new, get an objective opinion. And for a small audience, that could be tough to do, because I mean, who do you go to? You can't go if you're just a small show.
Co-workers, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you could go to co-workers, but to take and ask a person that typically doesn't consume that type of content, if you can find somebody like that, that would be a good way to get an outside objective opinion. There's people online that do such reviews of streams, of podcasts, of whatever content you're trying to create, whether it be live content or recorded video, recorded audio. I mean, obviously, if the channel's growing, if it's a YouTube channel or it's an audio show, because we do both, we have the counterpart to this, or the opposite of this spectrum is the audio portion of the show. That's if one or the other or both are growing, which they have kind of over time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, the audio thing's a whole different field of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
it's like you got to wonder who listens, because you get...
Jafar listens.
We know that. Thank you, Jafar.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
He's the only one I know that actually just listens.
But we get, like, repeat downloads from different countries all over the world, and it's like, especially with an audio show, it is so hard to, like, we could be like, please, and leave that in for the audio portion, like, contact us, how did you find the show? That's the most important thing you can find out when you're creating content, especially if it's not video content on YouTube, is how did they come across your show?
Right.
Was it recommended? Did a friend tell them about it? How? Where? Who?
Was it shared on Facebook?
Right. That's
Like, yeah, we have friends in other countries now. Like, that's crazy.
yeah.
It's even crazy to think of, man.
Well, I remember years ago using AOL Instant Messenger, ICQ.
Yeah.
For people that may not have heard of that.
Oh, I can't even do it anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just nuts to be able to talk to people instantly that were in Finland or somewhere in the UK,
Shit.
Australia.
I thought it was amazing to talk to somebody like fucking instantly if it was 5 miles away without using a telephone.
Oh yeah, just on the internet.
Yeah.
It was a good place to meet up after school, on the computer with friends, talk, work out some plans if you didn't somehow manage to work them out during school, and then go forth with your day, execute said operations, said plans.
In that order.
Yeah. Always in unknown order, man. But no, it's so hard, and doing live content, especially on a platform that doesn't push it.
Yeah.
You really are relying on your audience to help push it and share it. And getting a way to interact with them when it's a smaller channel is harder, because not everybody that follows your YouTube is going to follow your Facebook.
Right.
If you have a Facebook for the same channel, same show, same content, and Facebook, you could get in touch with them. It's hard to make posts on YouTube until you have access to your community tab. You have to get to a certain threshold of subscribers I believe.
Really?
To get that, yeah.
See, I didn't even know you could like do that, any of that shit with YouTube. Like, I just learned something right there.
Yeah, you have a community tab once you get, I think, to 1,000 subscribers, and you can make posts, asking questions, set up polls. As far as I know, I'm not there. We're not there yet.
Right.
Or I can speak more educated on it.
I just speak uneducated.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Regardless, just back to the main point. If you're doing something and it's working, keep doing it. You know, obviously, who needs to tell you about content like that? You know, but if you're doing something that's not working, maybe it's time to start getting that outside opinion, that objective opinion from not mom, not brother, sister, friends, wife,
Uncle Steve.
yeah, whoever. I don't know. Like, you've gotten a good amount of feedback on your show.
For sure.
We die live on the air.
Yeah, right on the air, dead. Yeah.
A truck pulls out in front of us, and there we go.
Yeah, like holy shit. It's like Final Destination shit too. You know?
Right. 200th episode, celebration episode, and we end it with a bang.
Yeah. Everybody else is celebrating now.
That's just like us. Sorry, JIM has to. He's being the pilot right now.
Yeah. He's about decapitated by a fucking. I don't even know what those were.
That was a weird trailer.
Yeah. I didn't like it though, especially when it pulled out in front of us.
With the show that you do, you get a good amount of feedback, I believe.
Oh, for sure, man. Just because I see these people at the shows and everything else too, you know what I mean? Like.
Right. I tried to turn that up. I don't know how far my phone will get the signal here, so if
I'm turning around.
If it gets choppy and gets crazy, so be it.
Yeah, just hang on. We're in the woods. Wow, look at that thing too. There's a big tanker. I'm like a 5-year-old who took his first car ride.
But yeah, here we are in the auto. No tricks, no green screens. 200th episode. I honestly, I never thought I would get past that 7th.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you, man. Like that, you've been on every single episode, so you've done yourself 200 of them.
Yeah, but there's also, if you go back and listen, there's some straight just bombs. I mean.
Okay, is this guy? What are you doing, buddy? What are you? Okay, fuck him. Yeah, he's just being annoying.
Like he's trying to turn, we're waiting.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So like you said, there was what, some bombs on there? But
yeah, there's some straight bomb episodes, and I think that's to be expected. Just as with anything, like if you're doing stand-up comedy.
Oh my God, yeah, anything.
You got to go in and number one, get those punches, and then learn to roll with them. And two, are you really doing what you want to do with it? I mean, yeah, we'll wait that one out.
Yeah. They blended in for a little bit there. Okay, we're good.
Are you doing what you want to do? Is there something, you know, are you working toward doing what you want to do? You know, like I have a bigger vision, bigger plan, but some stuff you can't do without the audience. You got to work on getting the audience. Audience interaction has always been a big, I think, and participation, especially audience participation, is a big part that I would hope.
It's become a bigger part of the show too.
Yeah, a much bigger part. You know, I want to, like, I'm always want to try and do games around the holidays, and especially now since making merch.
Yeah.
Not buying our own, making our own. I want to start giving some of that away to people that do follow, if there is anybody following along for the ride, you know. And I always say if, because is there really anybody? You know, like,
we've been podcasting to no one for years now.
That's all right, man.
Where the fuck am I?
I don't know, but we got to turn around and get out of here.
There's like junkyard dogs here.
I'm our biggest fan.
Not the wrestler, but the actual junkyard dogs.
But yeah, it's
what the fuck is this place? This is neat.
I don't know, but
Let's go.
This is JIM and Nick Get Lost.
Yeah. If you see our heads get decapitated,
while
it's
doing
real.
episode 200.
That's weird. How did I know that was here? Oh, I'm sorry.
check out this, you know, if you really want that objective opinion. Of course, some people don't. Some people, and there's a few shows that I listen to, audio podcasts that I listen to definitely, that are, unless you've been following along with the show, you wouldn't get the inside jokes, and you may not get them at first until it's explained in later episodes, or that story was eventually covered, whatever. And it's just people probably potentially doing the same thing that we are, you know, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know, it's fun, it's a hobby, a way to unwind.
Oh, dude, it's like I don't know. There was dark times for me a while ago. Like it was a good escape.
Yeah, and it can be that, and it's like, well, if it can do that for you creating it, and you can feel that way, or your co-host can feel that way, you gotta wonder, can that radiate out to someone listening? Can somebody listening have, you know, I think it's quite possible somebody listening,
it's 100%,
can be feeling possibly the same way and be like, damn, it was a dark day, and that made it not really bright, but just not so dark.
Right. It made it like,
time.
it lightened the times for a little bit of humor, a little bit whatever.
And I'm still grateful that anybody's even listened, watched like 1 minute of any episode. That blows my mind more than anything. But I mean,
yeah, you and me both.
yeah, I'm just looking, dude.
No, I did
It's
double
sketchy.
check. Yeah, safety first. We should have wore helmets.
That would be great. I hope this translates well to the live stream. I'm gonna take a listen again.
I think it sounds good.
I hope this translates well.
It's translating well.
It seems like it's translating. I know there's a lot of other noise, car noise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought this was quieter.
Yeah, well, I mean, not that mine would be any quieter, but to be fair, we are recording.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not.
Did you die out?
Yeah, I died off, man.
Oh well, it is what it is.
We'll see. This may just be a total flop, and if it is, that's fine.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? It's the 200th episode.
Well, 100 was kind of like that, so.
Really?
Yeah. Not really a flop, it was just.
It was right before my time.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! That's a fucking. What are you having this, like 4 or 5 years?
What?
Podcasting.
Podcast? Like doing this show or learning?
This show.
Just this show?
Yeah,
4 years.
4 years.
Yes, and total learning, playing with stuff, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, about a decade. Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot of knowledge, though, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's like screen printing in a sense too. Like I compare everything to that, but like you're never gonna know everything.
No, and that's the great thing when you do stuff and do go to YouTube or anything like that. And you can get audience interaction. Like I said, doing an audio show and getting that type of audience interaction, that is substantially, marginally, not even by a small amount, like a massive amount tougher to get the feedback from an audio show.
Yeah.
You know, it may be years upon years before you hear back from your first person that listens to something in their ear. YouTube, you can usually comment. You have other ways of doing stuff, like with clickbaity titles.
Oh yeah.
I've done a couple of those over the years, just to see if it would draw people in.
Some do, so yeah. I mean, definitely.
We did it locally with the cheap thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, and that got a good response locally. You know, so.
Because it was fucking hilarious. It's one of the best things that ever happened in this town. Like, it made me happy.
But no, it all goes back to what do you want to do? Do you always just want to have a conversation? You know, if you're doing a podcast, we'll say, do you always want to have a conversation with your friend? Then that's fine. If you want to turn it into more, then you know you're gonna have to really not saying you can't have a conversation show where two guys, two girls, two whoever's.
Two Wookiees.
Yeah, two Wookiees talk about whatever. You know, you're gonna need to get that information that is more or less probably not going to be given to you, or you know, the tough love that a stranger will give you without knowing it, that your family, friends, immediate group around you will not do. You know, they're not going to, just because like
I remember like
they support you.
Yeah, remember when I was doing that allegedly thing? Like I remember I filmed the one episode and like they catered it, like I think I still have it on my computer. It's fucking bad. Like I was so nervous that I was just like I was like reading from a script. It sounded so fucking horrible, so horrible.
Reading from a script?
Like I had like notes down. It was basically a script, yeah. But because you know what I mean. It was a clusterfuck. But yeah, it was just. But she's like, go back and watch this. She's like, you really want to, you know, trying to be a friend, but at the same time, like, hey, you want to re-record this because it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Is basically what they were saying, and we did. And it, you know, the one before, like, whatever, it was okay, but that was a different experience.
And that's the thing too, because you hear, okay, and this is probably my biggest piece of advice, and I'm nobody in the scope of things. But we're not Joe Rogan, we never will be.
No.
We're not Adam Curry,
yeah, I don't want to be.
whoever his co-host is with no agenda. We're not the biggest YouTubers, and we never will be. You know, that's a given. What was my point? You have to.
Boy, I lost it too, man. I really did.
What are you trying? Like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. I guess you got to find what it is that you want to do, I guess, and don't compare yourself to those bigger channels and beat yourself up, or
anybody really.
Those bigger content creators out there. Yeah, do what you're doing. Do it for you, number one, and when creating content, I know that sounds like common sense and just the thing that everybody knows, but it's so easy to lose sight of what you're doing when comparing yourself, and then you can start. You're working hard. Obviously, it's hard work, but you're working way harder for absolutely no reason, because you're constantly comparing.
Yeah, or mimicking somebody's shit because you compared it so much that you made small changes, and now you're just like the same as everybody else.
Right. Do you? And I think, I don't know.
That's a life lesson and a podcast lesson.
Yeah. And not only that, when you see not Joe Rogan or any of the other shows or whoever I might have mentioned, but when you see these different YouTube channels, or here are these bigger podcasts, you know, who's a big one? Radio Lab is a pretty big audio podcast that I think a lot of people, that if you listen to any audio shows you may have heard of, it's a team of 4 people that have been, I think they studied either journalism, reporting, something. They went to college for it. They have access to an NPR studios in New York to do their show, and they have background in history and doing this type of stuff before they even formed the show. Other channels have teams of writers, you know.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Usually in this game, when you try and do the YouTube thing and you're starting out and your channel starts growing, even after it grows to a certain step, like you're doing like a one-man band thing, like totally. And in our case, it's a two-man band.
Mm-hmm.
But as you grow, you can still do the one-man band thing. But I think at a certain point, to keep growing, I think you need to bring other people on. But obviously, you can't hire a team of creative people for episode 1.
No.
You know.
Or 200 for that matter.
That I think that's also the big thing when comparing what you're trying to create and get out versus and comparing it to just a monstrous YouTube channel or a podcast that's well known. So don't get discouraged. Try not to compare.
No.
Don't worry about numbers. Just do you and do the best type of content that you possibly can for whatever niche it is that you're in.
You basically get out of it what you put into it. And maybe some more.
That too. I mean, and I've known people to take and make a little bit of content, and they're sitting around and they're like, oh, my channel's not growing, or my show's not growing. And it's like, well, when's the last time you published a video or an episode? Oh, a couple months ago. Well,
yeah, you gotta. Yeah, again, you get what you put into it.
I don't know, but a 200th episode, we'll see. We'll see if it turns into something.
Yeah, we'll be doing the same thing in the same car for the 400. Just older.
Older?
Yeah.
No wiser.
No, my car will be probably shittier.
I wonder if I'm even live. I have to look on that phone to check, I think. Let me.
Should I go back to this dude's in from here?
Yeah, go ahead, man. So we roughly have an episode.
Oh, yeah, it's almost 45 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 38.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's driving
Alright,
around.
my car wasn't stolen.
Nope. And we didn't break down.
We didn't break down. My car wasn't stolen. The studio was not burnt down.
And we didn't wreck either. I'm always a wreck with the car itself.
Even with that guy trying to take us out and then that trucker.
Jesus Christ, was that scary. We made it.
We did. Let's see. I'm going to wind it back for a minute again. Yeah, so we're about 26, 28 minutes, something like that.
Alright.
But no, what if anything have you learned with doing your interview show within the music scene? Like what?
Oh, if one thing, you don't know till you ask. Like, it's not a no till you ask and they say no.
Right, and even then,
yeah, it's not necessarily done.
Like, let me think. I'll try and tell this story real quick. I don't like wasting time or doing unnecessary things. And I so hope this audio came through for people while we were driving. We probably should have just sat in a parked car.
Yeah, I know.
But we had, we would have looked bored just sitting here looking dumb. So we went for an actual drive. We made it legit. We tested out the cell signal. We tested out audio in a moving environment with a stupid speakerphone because we couldn't get either mic to feed into the damn phone.
Dude, this year sucks balls for like so much shit.
And this is the 3rd or 4th reschedule for this episode to get 200 out.
Yeah. Like, it's bad.
What a nightmare, man.
Yeah.
What a nightmare it's been. But we got it finally. For better, for worse, it's here.
Yeah, there's something.
Story real quick about what JIM said about you never know till you ask. Okay, so probably one of my favorite musicians of all time is Steve Ignorant from, he does his own thing now under his own name, but he was a founding member and singer for the band Crass, which was would you say anarcho-punk scene?
Yeah.
In the UK in the
late 70s, 80s.
Late 70s, started, like 78 to 84, I think. I asked him, like, hey, I just sent over a quick fanboy message on Instagram, like, hey, I love the work you're doing both in the past with Crass and the stuff you're doing under your own name now, Steve Ignorant, Slice of Life. I do a show. This is what I typically do on it. Occasionally it's two guys talk about whatever. We try to have guests. Just a quick sum up of what we do on the show. Would love to have you on as a guest. And he didn't say no, never. He's like, I got a bit much on my plate right now, so I'm gonna have to decline. Which maybe that's a polite way of declining, but either way, I messaged him back and let him know, like, you're a legend for even responding. Like, that just made my day right there.
Yeah.
One of my personal heroes, people that I look up to, wrote back.
Right.
Like somebody I've listened to singing horribly for years wrote back, like, I'm a bit busy right now. And it's like, oh, well,
Yeah,
he didn't say contact me, none of that, so I'll try again sometime, see if it comes with it, Yeah, sure, I'd love to. I'm not so busy right now.
Yeah. Eventually that should happen.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just the fact that I got a response from somebody that I've looked up to for years and loved the work that he's done,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's incredible. Especially when there's, like, the bigger names get back to you. Like, it's like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah. You never know till you ask.
Yep. Ask away.
Anyhow, we are going to jump out of here and end this show. I have to come up and wiggle the camera around.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We got to go to that screen. All right, so that was it. Getting outside objective opinion. If you don't have an audience to rely on for that, like you're just starting out, don't ask your immediate family and friends and people that are close to you. Ask a stranger. Say, hey, can you check out 10-15 minutes of this thing that I do? I know it's a half hour long, an hour long. If you have time, check the whole thing out. Let me know what you think. Ask them to honestly do it and see if you can get an honest outside objective opinion about it. It might change what you're doing or how you're doing it, or give you some new ideas as to what to do to make it better. Ask them, for constructive criticism. If you don't have that audience, there's people online that will do such services. I mean, you can hire them, you have to spend a few bucks, but it's relatively cheap. Some people do it for free. You'll be on a waiting list. If it's a podcast, if it's whatever.
Yeah, and then there's always the wolves on YouTube and everybody else that just comment just to hate.
Yeah, man. I mean, trolls got to live under bridges and in the comment section everywhere,
mm-hmm.
and that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, we got to balance this world out somehow.
Right. It's got to be evil to the good.
Anyhow, people, if you've ever made it to one episode, listened to one episode, watched one episode, we are truly grateful. Without you, there is no show.
Yeah.
I guess without us, too.
Yeah, we have to show up, too. But thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Eternally grateful. Much appreciated. We're going to get out of here. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, in whatever order you want to put that in that's important to you. Yeah. Antisocial Experience episode 200, 2020 you. So, this is 2022. Make this year about you and whatever content it is you're trying to create. And doing it better. Making it better. Making it grow. Or maybe you don't want it to grow. Maybe you want to be the little show. Some people are happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we're out, people.
Until next time.